team in the build-up to the 2023 general elections. The spokesperson for the Force Criminal Investigation Department, Fumi Egwoje, confirmed the development. It was reported that Osrc had stirred controversy after declaring the governorship candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Aisha Dahiru, popularly known as Binani, as the winner of the Adamawa State governorship election when the collation of results was yet to be completed. Labour Minister Chris Ngige has dismissed Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki's warning that the federal and state governments may not be able to pay salaries beyond next month. Speaking on national television, Ngige referred to Obaseki's statement as an alarm and assured workers that the federal government has the capacity to meet the proposed pay rise. Ngige stated that the payment of salaries and the proposed increases have been budgeted for and that 350 billion naira has been captured in the appropriation budget of 2023. While Nigerian workers have the right to ask for more wages, Ngige said he did not like the idea of equating minimum wage with dollars, as most of the consumables that workers purchase are not bought in dollarized markets. Some civil servants across ministries, departments and agencies, MDAS, have been suspended for their alleged roles in salary padding. Those affected are from the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission, RMAFC, Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, OAGF, and an undisclosed institute. It was learned that the suspended workers connived with some officials in the office of the AGF to pad their salaries by manipulating the Integrated Personnel and Payroll Information System, IPPIS. The Lagos State government has filed a notice of motion to appeal the judgment of the National Industrial Court, which nullified the appointment of a caretaker committee it put in place to run the affairs of the Road Transport Employers Association of Nigeria, RTN, in the state. The notice of leave to appeal was brought pursuant to Order 6, Rules 1, 2, and 7 of the Court of Appeal Rules 2021, Section 243, Subsection 3 of the 1999 Constitution, as amended, as well as the inherent powers of the court. The appellants in the notice say they are dissatisfied with the judgment of the National Industrial Court and are seeking an order of the court granting them leave of appeal against the said judgment. The appellants say that, contrary to the position held by the lower court, the processes before it raised serious and substantial contentious and wholesale facts which could not be appropriately remedied. In their reliefs, they are seeking an order allowing the appeal and setting aside the judgment of the National Industrial Court of Nigeria. The court has yet to fix a date for the hearing of the suit. There has been sporadic gunfire in Sudan despite another extension of a faltering 72-hour ceasefire. The UN warns that Sudan is at a humanitarian breaking point. Rival military forces accuse each other of new violations of a ceasefire that they had just agreed to extend as their devastating conflicts enters a third week. The World Food Programme have also resumed operations after 3 staff members were killed on the second day of the conflict. Border countries are facing an economic strain as they take in Sudanese refugees. Joy Pius reports.
Evacuees in Port Sudan say they feel a sense of shock at the sudden spiral into civil war. Many have lived and worked in Sudan for decades.
Sudan is living through a moment of real terror. I'm talking about dead bodies on the streets. We smelled the dead bodies as we were coming to Khartoum. The firing, the shelling, Sudan is seriously in a state of real war.
Among those living are Syrians who fled a civil war in their own country and have now been uprooted again.
We are around 3,000 to 5,000. The number is large inside the port, and also along the Corniche. People are sleeping on the ground, widows, children, elderly, the ill, everyone.
The UN says the scale and speed of what is unfolding is unprecedented in Sudan and says the humanitarian crisis is at breaking point. The head of the army, General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, has agreed to extend a veteran ceasefire to 72 hours to allow civilians to live and aid to be delivered. A paramilitary group, the Rapid Support Forces, have also agreed to a temporary truce. But on the ground, fighting continues across the country, including in Khartoum and its twin city, Omdurman. Sudanese who have citizenship or residency rights in the United States wait to board a U.S. Navy ship.
We hope God brings peace to everyone in Sudan. We are Sudanese people residing in the US. People should not think that Sudan has been destroyed. No.